Hello, my fellow white, and welcome back once again to Fire Emblem The Lonely Mirror, an FE8 hack made by Caladrius. It's a new day now, so now I get to record more of this, and I'm really excited for that. I've been looking forward to recording this series ever since I got done recording the last one. Actually, ever since, as you can see, I got done playing on Maddening mode. The second playthrough on Maddening mode has been just as fun, if not more fun, than the initial recording. I still haven't decided whether or not I want to swap over to Maddening, but my save will keep up, and my thoughts on Maddening mode will remain in the descriptions until I decide whether or not I want to swap over. Hey guys, Editing FO here. Just wanted to let you know that a few days ago, Caladrius messaged me and let me know that the full patch for this game is officially out. The next 3 episodes were recorded before the news came out, so there's a small chance that you'll see some minor differences between the version that you see here and the one that you will have the ability to play for yourself. I hope you enjoy both my videos and this lovely game. Make sure to grab the patch and play along. The updated link will be provided in the description for all videos going forward. Alright, back to past me. Let's hop into Chapter 3. I really can't wait. Chapter 3, Unyielding Legacy. This game has really got me, it's got me enamored in a way that even mainline Fire Emblem can't get me these days, at least not some of the games. Virgil, how much farther is Fort Rim? Not much farther, milady. Are you feeling tired? Not at all, Virgil. From all the adrenaline, and my nerves are still shaking. I am also a little anxious. There's so much I must ask my mother. You are stronger than you look, princess. I was going to offer you my horse, but I guess he could just rescue her, or he could rescue the armor knight. Either one would probably be fine. Virgil, buddy, best buddy. Looks like I spoke too soon. Yep, I guess that's what they're going for there. Please excuse us. Princess Leah. Count Brett, is that you? Oh, interesting, a new character. Lady Leah, we are starting to fear the worst had happened. Her Majesty will be most happy that you are unharmed. I'm lucky to be here. Many laid down their lives so that I could live. I'm looking forward to hearing your side of the story. However, right now we must use this time to regroup and strategize. Yes, you're right. Please take me to my mother. Okay, so we get to see our mother finally. We even see a hero up there. Ooh, interesting. Wow, these character models look pretty great. Or character sprites anyway. We were beginning to worry. I apologize for being short, Mother, but to worry in this dire situation, we have hardly the time. We owe it to the brave soldiers who laid down their lives in Amatona, or laid down their lives for Amatona. Straight to the source, just like your father. Very well. Terran, if you would so please, provide an update on the current state of the battle. Yes, Your Majesty. With our current resources and army, I am afraid it would be near impossible to take back the castle. So Amatona has fallen then. There is hope. We might be able to receive aid from King Corwin. Do we have any word on father? None. Our information, information something. Word has it that Amatona was first to strike at the border town of Muranri. That information goes against Corwin's character. Yes, father's motto was always to protect our own. Here's Virgil again. My apologies for the intrusion, but Celeste troops are preparing to attack. Sound the alarm. Prepare for battle. Sir. If you'll excuse me, Your Grace, I will see that no harm comes to you. Please excuse me as well, Mother. Leah, you will not. You're not a soldier. We lead by example. Amatona needs strength right now, and I will fight. Leah, what am I supposed to do with you? My queen, I will watch over her for you. Thank you, Brett. See that you do. Alright, very good. Short and to the point, as far as it seems. Ready our attack, men. Bring me the Queen of Amatona. Consider this the final day in their history. Ooh, okay. Oh, now we get our battle preparations. Okay, now I'm excited. Here's our new character, Brett. Looks like... let's see what his... comes with the Fire Tome. He is a Fire Mage. Okay, apologies for the cut there. I guess my recording just died on me. Anyway, on to Brett here. We have... let's see, I'll have to bring up his growth rates again. They are... okay. 75% HP, 50% power, 45% skill, 35% speed, 35% luck, 25% resistance, or 25% defense, and 35% resistance. Interesting. His base stats kind of imply that he's going to be strong but slow. And then his growths paint a roughly similar picture. He might be the tankier mage, going by... well, I mean, I don't know what other mages will have, but his speed and his speed growth do not impress me, to say the least. Hopefully he ends up being good, though. 7 con lets him wield Fire Tomes unhindered. and as far as I am concerned, none of these guys will need to sit out, so we can just mess around with preparations. I will be right back once I'm done with preps. Okay, we should be back now. I have already moved the units around in a way that I want them. Looks to me like the best way to start off... Oh, I'll show off Terran here too. Terran, the captain of the Queen's Guard for the Amatona army, devoted and loyal. Looks like he'll be basically just taking care of this entire side for us. So what I've done is placed Virgil this way so that he can go ahead and rush down here. Although perhaps it might be better to put Virgil there and let it go like this instead. I think I'll go with that. Anyway, we'll save. Really looking forward to how this map plays out, and I'll look at the Queen once too. It looks as if the Celeste army has deployed wind mages. That could be bad. Fear not, milady. Those with affinity to wind are magical. Those with wind affinity. Those with affinity to wind magic are vulnerable to fire. As a student of fire magic, I will make quick work of them. But I will leave them to you, Brett. Okay. Works for me. That actually works out nicely because this mage will be able to attack directly here, which is the extent of his movement. So we can try that out immediately. Of course, that also does leave the archer there. Hopefully the archer doesn't go to attack from here, but even if he does, it's fine. I noticed that the boss down here, Roscoe, a mercenary who decided to join Celeste's army, he comes with a steel sword, so if we can defeat him before the end of the survive map, we get that steel sword. I think that's pretty good design, generally speaking. That allows us to, you know, it gives us an incentive to rush forward and do work. As such, I'm going to let Virgil do this. It seems like he's perfectly suited to the task. If he'd used hand axe, then he wouldn't have been able to one-round this guy, so I didn't let him do that right away. But it should be okay. Armor Slayer, that's good to keep in mind. There's a halberd too. Yeah, I guess it pays to look at equipment, and I did not do that. What kind of hit rate are we facing? Will he die? I would assume yes. 38 minus 10. So yeah, he dies in one hit, be doing 28 damage. The Armor Slayer guy, kind of, well, not that big of a deal for this turn exactly. Gonna let her follow this way, and assuming... Oh yeah, one thing I did notice in post-recording is that bows are actually a little bit buffed in terms of might. I rather like this change. I think that might be the best way to buff bows, just boosting their might a little bit. I sometimes toss around the idea of 2-3 range on bows myself, but I can't really decide whether or not that's a good way of going about things. Bows with the extra might... Okay, let's dodge, come on. Yeah, okay, cool. He will double here, the halberd is really heavy. A little bit lucky there, but... I mean, I wouldn't have needed luck if I just paid attention. But anyway... Oh, okay. Bows with 2-3 range. I like the concept, I like how they played out in 3 houses. But I don't know how well it fits in a 3D or in a GBA Fire Emblem setting. Oh, okay. I did forget to turn on his animations too, but that's okay. I'll turn those on next turn. Okay, he's gonna get one-rounded for sure. Yeah. I wonder if there's a reward for keeping green units alive. It seems like that one was just destined to die. I don't think there was anything I could do to stop that one from doing the things he did. Let's see. I wonder if we can take down that Wind Mage. Let's see. We don't have any Pegasus Knights. I would assume that Wind is probably effective against Pegasus Knights, but I'm not exactly certain. We'll turn on Brett's animations, though. Leaving Catherine's off for now. Okay, it does actually do effective damage, like outright effective, so that's good. Let's see how he looks. That actually makes magic, the magic triangle, quite an interesting concept. The magic triangle is something that I don't really care for, at least in terms of the anima magic triangle. I rather like it as it is, like light, dark, and anima just being their own triangle. However, this does make things very interesting, and it makes your play with knights, or play with mages, it makes it a lot more interesting. You actually have to pay attention and stuff. Now, I would imagine that he's not going to just attack into Brett, you know. He's probably going to go attack, he's probably going to go attack Terran, just because he can, actually, I don't know, he can't do damage to Terran. It's hard to say exactly. He might attack just because he has the ability to without retaliation, but I think he'll probably go for this knight up here. He has only 1 res compared to Brett's 8, and he doesn't, you know, he doesn't lose to Brett outright. Or rather, the mage loses to Brett outright, and the knight does not. I don't know how I want to do this precisely. That seems kind of dangerous. He is pretty quick. 11 speed. Right, so we miss the threshold by 1 when it comes to not being doubled. But we can go down here and stand safely and let Virtual take care of the steel bow archer. So far, I like how this map is designed. It's kind of interesting. I hope there's probably going to be reinforcements if I just had to guess. But I guess we will have to wait and see. Now, I'm certain he's going to double my knight here. My knight in shining armor. Funnily enough, if I'd gotten 1 more point of speed, then the Slim Lance would have helped me out in that way. I bet he would actually double here. Oh, no, not quite. Looks like he's only way down by 3, so... the Wind Mage is going to hurt. 11 damage minus... Okay, so it's going to be straight up 11 times 2. I wasn't paying attention to if the Mage moves first, but I don't think I can really afford to risk it with Grant, because Grant will straight up die. I guess I could Vulnerary, but then he would also have to dodge this, and I'm not exactly keen on that. This Knight, does he die? He has 0 speed outright, so yes, he does die to this guy. 17. He doesn't die to that guy, but he would die if 2 of them attacked. So I'll just place Grant here with a Javelin and Vulnerary up. I would kind of prefer if the Knight here would die, because that opens up the rest of the map. But at the same time, I kind of hope he doesn't die, because that also opens up my healer to attack. And then beyond that, maybe we could lure that guy over into attacking her. I probably should have used the rapier there, it would have just been more efficient. I don't think she'll double with the longsword. Okay, so that locks that up. I think the Cavalier will move now. Okay, good. And then the Mage. That's right, because one range enemies move after... oh wow, she doubles. Okay. 1 range enemies move before 2 range enemies in FEGBA. So now the Knight will die, and that will open that up. And I should be able to manage pretty easily the killing of the Mage and the Cavalier. Okay, more reinforcements. How are we looking here? Okay, full weapon triangle coverage, kind of smart. That guy's gonna just off himself right into Terran. That guy probably will too. How does he do? He survives and he kills here. So we'll do that. So far I like that all of the units have their sort of place. Grant is probably going to take up the mantle here with alongside Terran, although kinda hurts. How would he fare against this guy? 13 damage, -1 for weapon triangle, getting 1 times 2. I'm completely fine with this. I will throw the Javelin on. He kind of just, you know, stands to replace that guy right there, and that's perfectly okay. What I might do is... yeah, I don't know about that one, actually. It would be kind of cool to have a halberd of our own, but of course, we already have a longsword and all. Let's see, so... this guy, the lance one will... I'm probably going to place him in a forest right here. Should be completely okay to do that, or at least I hope so. He'll probably get hit by the sword guy, but the other ones might be avoidable. And then we just have to be a little bit careful with our Lord. Probably place her here. We'll try to break the Slim Sword, and I did go ahead and place the Vulnerary in the Convoy just because it doesn't really matter too much. If we ever need a healing item, the healing item would obviously be the last thing that you do on your turn, and she always has access to the Convoy. So it's completely fine to just stock her up with weapons and let her stand there. And I guess, yeah, she can stay here for now. She's helping us hold the fort, as it were. Yeah, that guy will probably off himself into the Knight up there. Brett will kill this guy easily enough. So far, I really like this. Defense maps are always a lot of fun to deal with, especially when there's a lot to do, and so far there is a lot to do. I'm kind of surprised he went right into Terran. Kind of would have liked him to go into my Knight for the experience, but no such luck there. Okay, we'll get that guy on the next turn, and then presumably the sword guy and the axe guy will also surround us. But it should be completely okay for Leah to stand in the forest with a longsword as soon as we get rid of the lance guy. I really look forward to seeing how this map plays out on Maddening mode. Do be sure to check out the description for my thoughts on that after the recording. Because this, like, the last map had extra reinforcements. Oh, I like that animation. The last map had extra reinforcements on Maddening mode that weren't present in the vanilla. So I look forward to seeing how that plays out. Okay. Terran is, of course, a beast. He is absolutely destroying anything that gets near him. We can avoid being doubled that way, and that's kind of cool. We could use Brett with the effective damage, but I don't know if Brett's a unit that I want to use on the long term. I like mages and all. And, oh, well, I guess we're going to have to use Brett now. It's a good thing that I waited, and it's a good thing I used Slim Lance, because otherwise I would have died. The speed boost comes in handy once again. Now, if we miss here, then we're going to have to probably reset, but we're good. Now, for mages and stuff, I don't dislike them, but they're not a class set that I ordinarily use super often in GBA Fire Emblem. Not really sure exactly why that is, it's just something that I personally don't tend to do. Anyway, Virgil can have a good time here. Virgil is quite a formidable unit. I'm really glad to have him. Let's see what he gets on this level up. I'd really like strength and speed. Well, I'm fine with the speed. Perfectly okay with me. I wonder if those guys... Okay, this guy is going to barely live. That was an Armor Slayer guy. That makes sense. Probably gonna have to vulnerary up with Virgil on the following turn, though don't know how necessary that will end up being. I do want to get to the boss as soon as possible. That's fine. We have a longsword on Leah, so she can take care of that guy. And then he won't die to the, Oh, okay. So now I'm definitely going to have to vulnerary up. Presumably he won't be able to attack me from here. Although I do want to keep an eye on the mages. We will longsword and get rid of this guy. And that should be nice. She'll get a level off of it too. Let's see. Speed. You know what? That's completely fine. That should mean I won't have to swap over to the... I wouldn't have had to swap over to the Slim Sword anyway. I'm going to give her the Iron Sword, vulnerary up, and... Let's see. I thought about swapping to the Steel Axe, but I don't think I'll need it. Doesn't really help my hit rate against this guy any, and I doubt that he would double those guys if he had the Steel Axe, because they will be getting way down 4 points, so he'd be at 3. And then he'd lose 3, so yeah, he wouldn't have doubled with the Steel Axe. I hope he doesn't go for Virgil, because that's going to do a hefty chunk of damage. That'll do 8 damage with him on the forest, and then this guy will do 3. And that guy can't quite reach, so I guess we're okay. Let's see, maybe what we could do here with Brett is heal him up, and then place him right here in this little crow's nest, so to speak, and let him tank both of the mages and presumably one-round them, or one-shot them. This would be doing 15 damage plus his 11 magic. That's actually pretty impressive. So 26 minus their 5 and 6 resistance. They're actually set up perfectly just so that he can one-shot them. I am going to place Grant up here though, because I do want to get a little bit of experience with him. Throw on the Javelin and vulnerary up just preemptively, though it may not be necessary later on. Okay, cool. I'm really glad that he goes for Leah, though a hit would have been pretty bad there, so it's a good thing she dodged. 23 is not the most risky hit rate, as it were. Okay, he does the most to her, so that makes sense. Let's see, we might have to be a little bit risky next turn, but it should be okay, because we do have 2 forest tiles down here. I have to place her in the forest and probably vulnerary up. Okay, perfect. As I said, he is set up to perfectly one-shot them. I would say on Maddening mode, he probably won't be able to one-shot them. They'll probably be a little bit scarier, but it'll be interesting to find out. Okay, I'll take it. He gets speed. I was not expecting him to get speed. If he continues to get speed, then he could be quite formidable. His speed growth is only 35, so it's not exactly the most reliable thing in the world. He'll get it on about every 3 level ups, just about on average. And then of course our knight has no issues with archers, or perhaps he has a lot of issues with archers. He actually takes a chunk of damage and doesn't hit, so let's see how this goes. He should be okay to stand here, right? Probably just run it back a little bit here. And heal up with Catherine. Get all the experience we can with her. He'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you can attack to there. That's fine, we'll just stand here. This is the first knight that Grant really hasn't had a use compared to previous maps, though I would imagine he'll be a lot better on Maddening. The hit rates in the forest will be -20, and they're 23, and how's this guy? He has 10 more. I'm going to be a little bit risky here and go for that. It's better than letting Virgil attempt to kill that guy and then probably hurt himself kind of badly. How does he do against this guy? Just fine. So we can go for this. Perfecto. This map is going quite swimmingly. This is it. Time to make a final stand. I need to win this. If I win, I'll be the richest man in all Celeste. I wonder if he's going to run at us now. Okay, good. I'm really glad that he does that. Ooh. Always scary. Of course, I knew that had almost no chance of hitting. 2 RN system in GBA, 13% chance close to 0. Okay, I'm glad that he goes for Grant, because that makes my life a little bit more experience rich, as it were. Let's see what he gets. More power? Nope. Dang. More power would be incredible for him. He really needs it. He does have 50% power growth. Okay, this archer made things a little bit scary. Wonder if we can manage something here. Not quite exactly. That does make things a little sketchy. Okay, we'd be dealing with we'd be dealing with like a 37% in the forest, and then if we heal up, then we will dodge this guy and this guy almost assuredly. What about this guy though? 13, be a little bit less in the forest. Theoretically, I could equip a longsword, but that does reduce my avoid by math machine broke. It reduces that by 8. Becomes a little bit sketchier. 60% in the forest. I think I'll leave the iron sword on. Probably vulnerary. I don't really have much of a choice. Luckily, Leah has gotten some nice level up, so she's able to continue to contribute. Probably going to move Virgil over here though, so that he doesn't get attacked by the spooky guy. 8 speed. How bad are we doing here? 8 damage, and then let's assume he just gets hit by everything. 8 plus 4 plus 7, 19 damage, and then this guy will always attack Leah. I think we'll just stand here. I think we're fine. The archer cannot reach Leah. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, never mind. He can reach Leah. That makes things scary. Although we could probably bait him. Cannot bait him to attack that away. Would have been nice if we had Brett down here a little bit more. We could probably bait this guy into attacking Brett, though. Let's see. 16. I guess that's fine. Let's say we just go right here. We'll leave Grant on archer duty. I don't think there's any manner of healing, so enemies shouldn't go around trying to heal themselves, unless they have vulneraries equipped, of course, or in their inventories, rather. No such luck on this one. Actually, I haven't checked out the queen yet. Let's look at her. Loretta, the queen of Amatona. She holds a secretive legend close to heart. Oh, she's got healing. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I got a notification of something on Twitter. Anyway, she has healing, so I don't know if we're going to get to use her at some point. Her stats are not super robust. She's only a queen, which, I mean, in Fire Emblem, that's generally not the best thing in the world to be. You kind of just die whenever things approach you. I guess we'll just do this. Should be okay. Probably could have played this a little bit better, but that would of course require background knowledge of the map. Always the most fun on the first attempt, I feel. Hopefully the boss will elect to... Oh, hopefully this hits, because if not, then that guy's dead and I don't get the experience for it. Okay, good. This Mr. Green unit up there would have ruined him. Nobody would have ever died in Fire Emblem as hard as he had just died if that had hit. Your death is but a stepping stone in the end of Amatona. Alright, please don't hit me though. Okay, cool. I should survive now. Just a matter of the Lance, Cav, and the Archer not destroying me, which they have every right to do, because I might have to reset. This could be bad. The Archer's gonna have like a 60% hit rate. This guy's not gonna hit. Are we gonna be okay? Come on, Leah. Just dodge an Archer for me. Come on. Okay, 40%. Okay. 40% is not the most robust hit rate in the world. As for the rest of this map, though, it looks like we're basically done here. As long as I do one of these with Virgil, presumably this will hit, and then if it does, then I have pretty free reign to just run down there with my healer. Although, not really, to be honest. She was facing 14 minus her 3, 10 damage, that's right. We're not out of the woods just yet, as it would appear. However, we only have one unit that really, like... Honestly, none of these units have that much hit rate against us. We could probably, bait this Axe Cav, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, like, he'll attack to here, and we could just do one of these. And then Brett will presumably survive. Only 3 defense, but that's no less than Miss Leah here. 17 damage. He won't double, I don't think. Okay, I believe we're fine now. I'll go ahead and let Grant. Honestly, I'll probably just let Grant come and do the job. He doesn't need to heal or anything, and I kind of like the experience on Grant more than I do Brett at the moment. Okay, good. No hit. No hitty. How are they so strong? I've wondered. I wonder if it's defeat boss behind the survive. Could be. Sometimes that is the case. More speed and luck. That is all avoid. Got that steel sword. I would assume it's probably not the end of the map. Yeah, it's not. I'm glad that he went for Grant. He's probably going to double. That's probably why he did it. Because he can do 12 damage instead of 10. Oh. Guess not. Guess he just valued the weapon triangle. He did only have a 13% hit against our lord here. Okay, that would have been pretty bad. But we got out of there with a little bit of luck. So, we're okay. Last turn anyway, so... I'll give this to Brett, and then I'll try to run down there with Grant and let him have the Archer kill, but if not, then it's no big deal. We might be able to surround him even. Not quite. Let's just make sure that our... Yeah, she won't die to one hit, so... Free heals. Even if all of these attacks miss and stuff, then we're okay. But, they probably won't. So... Yeah, looks like we're good. I'll probably just let Leah have this kill. And we'll wrap up this map. I'm probably going to jump right into the next map after this recording, but of course you'll have to wait until next time to see that one. Maybe we'll just go ahead and break the Slim Sword. We have another one in the convoy anyway. Very fun map. I really do like defend maps, and that one managed to keep things interesting the whole time. I put myself in more risk than I needed to, and I think that could have been completely avoided by holding up in the castle and generally just attempting to survive with all these choke points and stuff. But of course you are rewarded with that Slim Sword, or the Steel Sword rather, if you don't hole up in the castle and you rush out and destroy everything. Mother, I pray that you remain unharmed. I was not hurt. You fought bravely, Leah. Yeah, she had to have some bravery against those foes that she fought. This battle is for Amatona, so let's just retreated. Even so, it's unlikely that we'll hold Fort Rem for much longer. We'll need to defeat Celeste at a pivotal point, then request negotiation. You are correct, Brett. We're going to need leverage to end this war favorably with Amatona. The longer the war continues, the more Amatona will lose. We may even need to consider surrendering to prevent further loss. I don't know about that one. Like, we did pretty well here. I know it was just a squadron of some of the weaker soldiers, you know, the ones that were betraying their commander and stuff anyway. But I don't know about surrendering. That may be a little bit early. I guess that just to cover the bases in case we didn't, you know, defeat all of the enemies. I will go to Granry. You'll do no such thing. Mother, we need to understand what happened in Granry. We currently do not know Celeste's motivation for this war. However, we did encounter some suspicious people in the catacombs. Oh, I saw her bounce there. She must have been a little bit spooked. We had thought they were behind what's after the door that told the story of the lost civilization. Is there an important treasure there? No one has ever been beyond that door. What did you see? Nothing. The door remained shut. I see. Maybe that's the secret that that her bio was sort of alluding to. Maybe we'll be able to find answers in Granry, and we need to know what happened to Father. So you see, it's really our only option now. This is why I must go. I hate to say it, Your Majesty, but the princess speaks the truth. If we manage to join with the king, we have a chance to end this war. I wonder why the royal family split up. Perhaps we'll find out about that later. Or maybe just a situation of different castles and stuff. Yes, I see. Very well. I see that we do not have much choice. If I may alleviate some of your concern, my queen. I saw firsthand how strong the princess has become. I know, but even still, Brett, please watch over her. But of course. Mother, thank you for understanding. We'll leave at dawn. I will remain here waiting for your return. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare for the road. Travel with care, daughter, and may your ancestors watch over you. Okay, that's the end of this map. I really enjoyed that one. This game is really blowing me out of the water. It's gotten, there's been 3 interesting maps back to back. I will say that the first one, really can't hold up to these ones right here, these last 3, but that is usually the case with most, prologue type maps in Fire Emblem. Like, just look at the prologue in like FE1 or the entirety of Lindis' story in FE7. They usually don't hold up to the rest of the game. But yeah, I guess that's about it for this map. I will try it out on Maddening mode, so do make sure to check my thoughts on that in the bottom of the description. Or if you're playing on Maddening mode yourself and you don't want the spoilers, then feel free to avoid it. Make sure to leave a comment. It really helps out the channel a ton. And it helps out Caladrius whenever it comes to improving the hack. Beyond that, just like, share, and make sure to subscribe so that you get the following episodes in the series. It's going to be a good one, I promise. At least it has been so far, in my opinion. So, till next time, I'll see you later.